In this week's video, I'm going to be updating all of you on my Crematogaster colony and also moving them into a new nest. The colony has grown a lot since the last time I showed you them on this channel. They had around 300 workers, now they have between, I'd say, 600 to 750 workers. Enjoy the video. Now, this colony might not look that big, but that's just because they have all of their workers, brood, and queen jammed in one chamber. One of the reasons why I'm moving this colony out is because they have a chamber designated for trash, which is definitely not good. When I moved them in here, I did not realize how massive the nest was for them. It's still a bit big for them, obviously, from them jamming all of their brood into one chamber, but they actually have been doing pretty well in here considering the circumstances. But it's nicer to move them into a smaller nest that does not have any mold in it. You can see there's a little red outlining in the two chambers that the ants are most prominent in. I'm pretty sure this is a form of mold or just like condensation mixed with mold, I don't know. But I've had to change their water a few times, change their cotton. It's starting to get a bit moldy again, so now I definitely need to move them out of this nest. You can also see that along the sides of the nest and in the water it's a little bit moldy, or whatever that is, so it's definitely time to move them out of here. Okay, so here is the back of the nest. So the left connector on the four-way connector tube, that is where the old nest is. I'm planning on getting rid of that connector entirely and just having one straight tube from the new nest to the outworld. I'm also planning on connecting the test tube to the other entrance that is currently blocked off. Now here is their new nest I'm going to be moving them into. This is an Ants Australia size 2 acrylic nest. So this nest has 6 screws that connect all of the pieces of the acrylic together. There's also a sponge in the middle that you can fill up, and that basically acts as their water source. Now I've never used an Ants Australia acrylic nest before, so expect a review coming on this shortly. Okay, now I know what you're thinking, this nest looks really big, but I want you to just wait until the end of the video to judge or comment saying it's too big, because I think you will be shocked at how many workers there actually are. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attaching a heating cable to the new nest and taking it out of the old nest. I'm also going to be covering up the new nest and putting a big light on the old nest to encourage them to move. Here is the colony right after I attached the tubing from the new nest to the old nest. They don't seem to be noticing it too much yet, but soon they will get a commotion started. Here are the ants a couple hours later. They seem to be definitely interested in the new nest now. There's actually not a lot of ants in the new nest at this point, but there are a lot in the tubing, so hopefully soon they will start to move. Now here's a small time lapse just of them transporting brood and just moving through the tubes. Here's a bit of behind the scenes footage to show you guys all of the work that this takes, like all the preparation with the lights and the camera, just to get this footage to look as good as possible. Right before I went to bed, this is what the colony looked like. All of the eggs and the queen were residing in the tubing. Now, I watered the new nest a little bit too much, just because it was bone dry when I got it in the mail. So once I figure out their preferred temperatures and humidity levels, then they'll move right in. After making sure the queen and all of the eggs were out of the old nest, I put any stragglers left in the old nest in the outworld. This is what the outworld looked like the following morning. There's way less chaos, and there's no more workers in the old nest, so I took it out. In one entrance I have a test tube for if I ever go on vacation again in the next 2 years, and in the other side I have the nest. I also added a little stopper with little air holes here to ensure the nest and the tubing had enough ventilation. Alright, so this is the colony after they have all moved into the nest. They seem to like the more humid side, so I'll take note of that for future waterings. Now, the nest, in my opinion, is about perfect size for them. They seem to be liking the more humid side of the nest, so I will take note of that. The nest will definitely be perfect size if it's not already after the next population explosion, which will be in about a month. I'm glad I was able to see the queen again, because I wasn't able to see her for a long time. Now, I'm very disheartened because I don't think I'll be able to see the queen very much anymore, especially now that there are almost 1,000 workers. So, I've never had a colony where I haven't been able to see the queen before, so this is pretty weird to me. Now, since I was moving the colony, I haven't fed them in almost 2 days, so I think they deserve some food after the long move. So I'm going to be giving them a cockroach and a bit of honey. That's going to be about it for this week's video, but don't click off yet. I have a question for you. So I'm going to be leaving a comment in the comment section asking what I should be doing for the winter since my ants will be in hibernation. So if you guys have any ideas, then please answer that question. Also, if we can get to 1,000 subscribers before winter so I can make a 1,000 subscriber special, that would be great. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'm sorry for the delay. I'll see all of you guys next Sunday. Peace.